I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave.
Somebody call 911.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
I'll be your huckleberry. I'll be your dark and scary. I'll be your man of the hour, Mr. Churchstone Sour. And I'll be those KC lights.
Alright, what up, y'all? It's right about midnight right now, and I just went through some comments and stuff, and I want to go over something, and hopefully this is the last time I ever have to do this. I was always told growing up that you're guilty by association if you're hanging around the wrong people. Alright, I've seen some comments on other channels where people are saying that I was getting kind of cozy with Butterfly. No, I was not getting cozy with her. At that time, I knew what she had done. I had already told her that she could ride with me, and I'm not an asshole, so to speak, so I let her ride with me to go on the off-roading trip, and that's where it ended. I had never watched any of her videos until I had seen a couple comments where somebody said, hey, you need to go and see her videos. And y'all know me. I don't do anything that has to do with e-begging. And I don't like it. I don't agree with it. And my philosophy on life, if you're going to be in this life, you need to be able to support yourself without getting fucking donations, e-begging, from YouTube. I can support myself. I can do this life. I worked my ass off to get to where I am in this life. I can afford to be in an RV park because I busted my ass. I don't agree with e-begging. I don't like it. I've never have liked it. I don't want it a part of my channel. I don't want it to be anywhere around me, and that's why I'm disassociating myself with anybody who does so. And if you get online and you're crying because you don't know what you're going to do, or crying because this part costs this much, whether you know it or not, you're actually e-begging doing that. And I got a phone call. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. That phone call took, it's 12:47, so that phone call was a little bit longer than what I expected. But what I was trying to say is, if you're going to get into this life, you either need to have the means, support yourself to do it, and you cannot depend on donations sent to you through YouTube. I have disassociated myself with everybody that does this, and y'all know this, and y'all know where I stand. This is where I stand. I don't care if you're e-begging. I don't care if you're crying on camera, begging for money. I don't care if you're broke down and you can't afford to have it fixed. You need to figure that out before you get out here. You need to have something in plan to take care of yourself and not depend on everybody else taking care of you in this life. And y'all know I don't agree with that. And I'm sick of people saying, well, he's good friends with this person, he's good friends with that person. You know what? Yes, I was friends with them. But I'm not an asshole. And she wanted, like I said before, she wanted to ride with, so I let her ride. But I did not like it that she was riding with me, because after I watched her videos, I was very disappointed in her and very upset. And I don't care if she sees this video or not. I'm not going to associate with people who do this. That is not my lifestyle. That's not the way I was raised. I was always raised, if you're going to do something, and if you're going to make your way in life, then you need to pay your own way and not depend on other people paying your way through life. That's not how life works. I don't know of anybody that has worked their ass off and then begged for money. I work my ass off. I don't have to beg for money. I fucking, like I said, and I don't know how many times I got to repeat myself on this, and I apologize for having to repeat myself. But I busted my ass for 30 years. I worked for what I have. I have a retirement, I have a pension, or I have a disability, and I have a pension because I was forced into retirement. I don't have to beg because I have the means to support myself to do this. If you do not have the means to support yourself to do this life, you shouldn't be in it. And if you're buying junk vehicles to get out here, then that's on you. That's not on anybody else. So there are a few people that I do have a lot of respect for, and Jenny Penny is one of them because she is living on a limited income, but she's doing it all herself. She's not had to beg to do anything. Now, if people have something that they want to give back as far as advice or shit they're doing to earn money off of YouTube, I'm completely fine with that. I don't do it, and I won't never do it. I have my own means of supporting myself, and this whole thing has just gotten way out of hand, and I'm sick of it. So if you get online and you beg for money, or you cry and say, well, I don't know how I'm going to afford this part, or I don't know how I'm going to afford to pay for this, and then you cry about it, and then people send you money, and then it's like everything's all better for the time being, but you still leave that opportunity open for people to still send you money, that's on you. I don't want that option. I have my own money. I can take care of myself. And I was always taught growing up, if you can get, you pay all your bills first, everything that you have, whether it be, like for me, for example, my truck payment, my trailer payment, my cell phone bill, my insurance, and my Hulu. Those are what I pay every month. And I have a bank loan through my credit union. Those are what I pay every month. Once those are paid off, what I have extra, then I can get shit. But I don't spend all that money ridiculously. I save that money in case I have something happen. I got my credit cards paid off, and so that way if I need to get something, if something breaks down, then I have it. I don't have to depend on getting on YouTube and saying, oh, well, my transmission went out in my truck and I just don't know how I'm going to pay for it. I'm not going to do that. And I have a good enough credit rating right now, which I busted my ass getting my credit built back up, that if something did go wrong, I could go to my bank and say, hey, listen, my transmission went out, or this happened, or whatever happened, and I would end up getting the loan for it. I have no problem doing that because I can afford to do that. That's why I take care of my shit. That's why I pay my fucking bills. And I don't do this bullshit on YouTube. So anybody, and this goes for anybody into YouTube land, if you're on here begging for money or crying for money, I don't want nothing to do with you. If that hurts your feelings, truth trumps feelings. And that's a new decal I'm making. Truth trumps your feelings. Because if your feelings get hurt because I say that, tough shit. Put your big boy, big girl panties on and deal with it. But I'm not doing it no more. And I'm not gonna... There's very few people in this world that I would really help. And just for an example, Jenny Penny's one of them. Angie is another one. My friend Lisa. And talking about Lisa, I had called her, well, she had called me earlier tonight, or I'd called her, one of the two, because me and her talk on a regular basis. She's one of my good friends. So I called her up tonight, and we were talking, and I was telling her about making this video. And I told her, I said, the one thing I have issues with is not wanting to be associated with people who do the e-begging. And I said, Lisa, you know me, and I don't do this. And she goes, you wouldn't even accept it was either $10 or $20 she sent me, and we didn't fight about what amount it was. We both forgot. But she sent me like 10 or 20 bucks, and I never got it. But I told her I didn't want it to begin with. And she'll probably end up leaving a comment below, and I'll pin it if she does, that shows I didn't accept her money. I got myself into my mess. I will get myself out of my mess. And that's the way I was brought up. I don't want to get on here and fucking beg for money. And those people who do, I have no respect for. I have lost all my respect for Randy, for Butterfly. Because I don't tolerate that shit. You guys that have been here the longest on my channel, you guys know. I do not do the e-begging thing. I do not ask for nothing. I do not want money. And I didn't want gifts, but, you know, I got one. And I'm telling you right now, just so you guys know, it's coming in very handy. And it works very well. They offered it to me, and when I messaged them back on email, I told them, okay, well, I'll go look it up and pay for it. And they're like, no, we're getting this for you. And I'm like, I was put into a position where I was going to pick it up myself because I can afford to. But it was their place to say, no, we want to do this for you because they know the issues or the back pain that I've had, or both of them I think have dealt with back pain, and they know how severe it can get. And that's what they wanted to do for me. And I told them they didn't have to, but they had already done it and there was nothing I can do. So I'm not begging for shit. And I don't want to beg for shit. I'm very grateful that they got it for me, and I'm using it like a son of a bitch. I'm telling you right now. I'm using it. I used it last night. I actually got up. I got the truck cleaned out. I got shit done. What did I do today? I put all the Christmas tree lights up today, or all my blue lights, because they'll stay up all year round because I love blue. If you haven't noticed, my favorite color is blue. Anyway, I put all the lights up. I got my truck cleaned out and everything like that. And then tomorrow I want to get up and get this place cleaned up so I can finally do a decent walkthrough so you guys can see my place after I get it clean. But that's neither here nor there. But I just don't like... How do I put this? I just don't want to be anywhere near or associated with anybody who e-begs, because that's going to put me, that's going to put me in the same category as them, and I don't want to be put into that category. I know it sounds crazy, but this redneck does have a reputation, and I want to uphold that reputation. I have morals, I have values, and I have standards that I live by, and I will live by those until the day I die. One of those is I will not ever beg for money. I have never begged for money. And there's another instance that happened here last year that someone said that I begged for money, and I didn't beg for money. I've never begged anybody for money. Now, I've asked for help, but it was never in a money instance. So everybody's asked for help. You have the high of highs where you have all kinds of money, or you have extra money, and then you help other people out. Then you have lows in your life where you're really strapped and you're like, God, how am I going to do this? But then someone else or one of your friends say, hey, listen, I got a few extra bucks I can throw your way. I don't like doing that, but I don't think I've ever done that though. And no one's ever come up and say, hey, I know you're having a hard time here. I want to help you out. I don't think I've ever had that happen yet. I've always been able to pay my own way through life. And that's the way I'm always going to be. So, this is where I stand, and this is where it ends. I want no more bullshit on any other channels. If you beg or you cry on YouTube for money or say, oh my God, I need this, I need an air conditioner, or I need a generator, you know what I'm talking about. If you do any of that shit, stay the fuck away from me. I don't want no dealings with that at all whatsoever. So, I do everything my way. I do it the way I want to do it. And I'm not ever going to change. And no one's going to ever change me. I am who I am. Either you like me or you don't. And when you start e-begging, then you might as well go ahead and say, well, I know he's not going to like me no more. Because I'm not going to deal with it. There's more to this story. from the other half that's not being told, but it's not my place to say that shit, and I'm not going to. I will tell you, I was there last year. Yes, I kept in contact with her. Yes, I know she had trouble with her fucking taillights while she was up in New York. But you need to think ahead. You need to use your brain. You need to spend money on what is supposed to be the right thing to spend money on, and not waste it on, and this goes for anybody. This is not pointed at anybody indirectly. So, and y'all know I don't smoke weed, but there's a lot of people that will buy alcohol and weed before they get anything else, or they'll blow their money on that, and they don't have no money to do anything else with. That's not my problem, and that will never be my problem. You know, I have no problem with people smoking weed, but you make sure that your bills are paid off. You make sure that everything that you're doing is paid up. You make sure you have money set aside in case of something going wrong. You don't depend on anybody else to fix your fuck-ups. You fix them yourself, and you do it right the first time. So, this is my bitch, my rant, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I'm done being nice, and I'm done trying to help people. And what I mean by that is when I find out what people are really doing behind in other videos or whatever, and then seeing the crying and the whimpering and the I don't know what I'm going to do look on my face, I'm done with that. That's what I'm done with. And I'm done with the e-begging. So this is where I stand. You like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't give a flying fuck. If you don't like what I have to say, don't watch. If you like what I have to say, keep watching. You know? I can't deal with this shit anymore. And everybody keeps bringing it up, and I see other people making comments. And the only reason I knew about this was because I read a couple comments on my video that I had done. Hey, did you see her videos? And I hadn't watched them. I'll be honest, I hadn't watched them. So I had to go back, and I was watching some of her videos. And then when I seen the crying and the whimpering, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, and then I made the video to help her out, and then everybody else made the video to help her out. And then, you know, she flew up to like 700 subscribers. I'm going to let you know firsthand, I don't care how many subscribers she has, but before this happened, she only had 200 subscribers. A little over 200 subscribers. Now she has over 700, which is no big deal. I'm building my channel the way I want to. I don't want to build it off of someone else's bullshit. I want to build it the way I want to build it, and I don't want nobody giving me props or putting me on their channel. And I don't mind that Camo Dave puts me on his channel. It's one of those things. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And it's the right for anybody to use my material, and I don't give a shit. Because, one, I have nothing to hide. Two, I'm never going to fucking beg for shit. And number three, I will try to be as honest with you as I possibly can, unless it deals with trying to pay back someone money that I bought something on. You guys remember that story with the freaking Amazon thing. It's the only time I've ever lied to you guys. Other than that, I have been up straight and forward about everything I've ever said. And I'm not going to deal with anybody else with this bullshit anymore. You beg, have a nice life, because I'm not dealing with it. So, y'all have a great night. Be kind to one another, love one another, live life to the fullest, because tomorrow's not promised. God bless each and every one of you, and I hope to see you back after this rant video too. And I'm getting sick of making rant videos. I hope you know that. But I want you guys to know this is my final stand, and this is it. I'm not fucking making anything else that has to do with somebody else, unless something else comes up, and then I have to do that, which is bullshit, and I shouldn't have to. But y'all have a good night. It's 1:03, and I'm going my fucking happy ass right back there with my heating pad, and I'm going to sleep. Y'all have a good night. I'll post this sometime in the morning when I wake up, or early afternoon. Y'all have a good one.
So put your drinks up for the weekend, cause them work days sure been creeping. What's up? Is anybody gonna get tore up?